Crypto king Sam Bankman-Fried is back in the U.S. this morning after being extradited from the Bahamas on a series of fraud charges in connection to his company FTX. According to his attorney, Bankman-Fried was anxious to leave the Bahamas and is ready to, quote, make the relevant customers whole. NBC News correspondent Ron Allen joins us now from outside that courthouse here in New York City with the latest. Ron, good morning. Bankman-Fried landed in the U.S. overnight. What time is he expected to appear in court today, and what can we expect to see happen in the coming days?
Any moment now he's expected here, and the main issue, one of the main issues, is going to be whether he is granted bail. There's been some reporting suggesting that the defense and prosecutors have been discussing a bail arrangement whereby he would essentially remain under house detention wherever he chooses to live, that he'd be electronic monitoring, and of course he'd have to post probably a significant amount of money. He's facing very serious charges, 8 counts of conspiracy, fraud, campaign finance violation, law violations, allegedly, that could land him in jail for the rest of his life if he's convicted. And the scale of this whole alleged fraud scheme was massive. And although it's crypto and it's very complicated, prosecutors and others have said it was pretty simple what he was doing. He was taking customers' money, spending it on for himself, on real estate, on investments in other companies, on campaign donations, and then getting more money from customers and not telling them what the intent or what he was going to do with all these funds were. And as you said, he has been somewhat remorseful, says he wants to make things right and so forth. But the judge may decide, well, he needs to stay in jail awaiting a trial and deny him bail. Here's the U.S. attorney last night announcing that Bankman-Fried was on his way from the Bahamas to the United States. Take a listen.
Samuel Bankman-Fried is now in FBI custody. He will be transported directly to the Southern District of New York, and he will appear in court before a judge in this district as soon as possible.
Again, we expect him to be in court any minute this morning sometime. We saw his mother arrive as well to support him, and this is expected to be a pretty brief hearing, but again, mostly about bail.
And Ron, 2 former FTX associates pleaded guilty to defrauding investors. They are now cooperating with the government. Does this change anything for Bankman-Fried, and how does this influence his case?
It's a huge deal when you have 2 top business associates agreeing to work with the government to prosecute someone else. I mean, these are conspiracy charges, so they were all allegedly acting together. It's a big move, and the U.S. attorney has said repeatedly that this is an ongoing investigation and that others may be arrested and prosecuted as well. Here's him talking about the charges against Bankman-Fried's associates. Take a listen.
The Southern District of New York has filed charges against Caroline Ellison, the former CEO of Alameda Research, and Gary Wang, a co-founder of FTX, in connection with their roles in the frauds that contributed to FTX's collapse. Both Ms. Ellison and Mr. Wang have pled guilty to those charges, and they are both cooperating with the Southern District of New York.
They were facing anywhere from 50 to 100 years in prison for the various fraud charges that they were going to face. That's probably a good reason why they decided to work with the government. But again, we're waiting for Bankman-Fried to arrive here. The main issue is going to be whether he is granted bail or not. Again, he's facing some 8 counts of fraud, conspiracy, violating campaign finance laws that could land him in prison for the rest of his life. What prosecutors have called one of the widest ranging and most serious financial fraud cases in American history.
All right, Ron Allen, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.